Ruin has come to our family.
Okay.
You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor.
Oh, yeah.
I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor.
Okay.
Fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power.
That's a bad idea, what you're about to
With
do.
relic and ritual, I've bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets.
You're gonna regret
Exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels.
Now, that could have been my money.
At
Just
last,
saying.
in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil.
Yeah, that looks welcoming.
Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness.
Hate to say I told you
I
so,
alone
but...
fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity.
Yeah.
Until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg
I don't
you,
know, a little work,
return home,
pillows.
claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Well, that's a grim way to start a game. But considering the game, it fits. So, as you guessed, this is going to be my playthrough of Darkest Dungeon, to which I am, yes, both playing and MST3K'ing at the same time. Just how I roll. So, let's have some fun, see how far I get before I just go crazy and say, no more, I can't take it. Alright. Let's go ahead and get the new place going. Yeah, throw it all at me. What the hey? It's not really my first estate, but yeah, I know. It's gonna be brutal. Do it anyway. Go easy. Let's do this. Oops. Alright, normally I would go with a lovely name like, Arkham, Innsmouth, Dunwich. But Kingsport actually does fit along with that theme as well, if you know your Lovecraft, and I do. And if you don't, you should before you play this game. Okay, and let's get going. Up, I feel another cutscene coming on. Wait, up, there it is.
You will arrive along the old road.
Okay.
It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places.
Ooh, tenebrous.
There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors.
Yeah, that's not a good omen. That's not a good omen at all.
So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to find a lot of control throwing myself, but let's give it a shot. with my other experiences in playing this game, it usually results in a controller going way across the room, as if on its own. Yet not. Sorry if you hear a cat in the background. That would be my daughter begging for attention or getting into something. Who knows? And by daughter, I mean my cat, Hermione. Ugh. Very good, very good. Welcome to the tutorial.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Yeah, I'm starting to regret this whole thing. Let's see, we have Reynold, our crusader, and Dismas. What kind of a name is Dismas? But a highwayman. Well, okay, let's move along.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Alrighty, well, let's cut you open. Good start. Ow.
Reeling, about to break.
Hey, now, give us more credit than that.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Ooh, money. Alright, close that. There we go. Better. Moving along, moving along. Ooh, what's this? Take a look at this tent. Oh, why, indeed I will. Well, let's check it out. Woohoo!
Leave
More
nothing
money.
unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Oh, that's advice I'll listen to. Well, we made it to the other
An
room.
ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Ah, shoot him in the back. Alright, this guy looks big, kind of mean. But that was a good shot. But yeah, he's beefy. Okay. Woohoo! So far, the odds favor me. It means later I'm probably going to regret it. Let's make you believe if you can. Yeah, there we go. Ow. Ouch, quit it. Yeah, my guys are on their toes. I like it.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay, so corpses can be a problem. Got it. Ah, come on, we're doing so well. There you go, okay. Not bad, not bad. Finish him, will you?
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Alright, so we got some, what's this? We got some deeds, we got some crests. That's good for building up the hamlet, which we're about to get to. Okay. Yeah, let's get out of here. I'm sure you're saying, what about that chest? But don't trust that chest. Just for free. They're free tip. Don't trust it. Not a bad way to start the game. Okay. Let's see, what do we got? Orange Explorer, not bad. Risk Taker. I'll have to check that out.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Yeah. You can say that, but, you know. Alright, sorry, hang on just 1 second. Okay, back to it. Alright, so as you can see here on the left-hand side, kind of tells you what happened. They successfully escorted me to the hamlet. Okay, I'll buy that, sure. And their apprentices. Now, over on your right, These are all the kinds of caretaker goals, which you can see starts with the first foray into the ruins, which we're about to get to, defeating all the boss monsters, and yeah, there's a lot of boss monsters. Ooh, a brigand incursion. Okay, the assault on the darkest dungeon. Explore the farmstead, defeat the miller, defeat the... Yeah, and then getting all your characters to level 6, which is as high as you can go. Alright, so that's good. Thank you. So here it is, what you start out with. Doesn't Kingsport look just charming right now? No color comments about what it normally looks like, thank you. But let's go check out what we got here.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
Yeah, observe it now. See how it is nice and empty? It will not stay this way, trust me. What else we got? Oh yeah, the memoirs.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Basically, if you wanted to see any of the cutscenes or hear any of the little audio clips that they will put out, here's where you go to replay them. Plus, you can also, there's journal pages you can find, things with Crimson Court. Yeah, the Color of Madness, that's the new farmstead. That's a fun time. Ooh, the darkest dungeon. That should be fun. So yeah, all sorts of stuff. Alright. Hang on for a second. Let's see what's in that chest. Got a couple of trinkets. Trinkets are good, they can kind of help. They usually will alter one stat positively, but take something else away. I think these are a little bit better, from what I remember. Okay. Well, I tell you what. Let's get our highwayman here. Let's keep him calm, let's say. Minus 10 stress. It's always good. Stress is a big thing. Very good. Yes, put that there. Yeah, while I'm here... Close that for it. While I'm here, I'm just going to check that out. You can see here you got quirks. Positive ones on the left, negative ones on the right. So let's see, risk taker. Plus 10% damage, minus 10 dodge. Yeah, that's not so good. That dodge, 0. Oh, that's going to hurt. That's really going to hurt. And can't gamble in the town. You'll see that later. Okay, but let's go up here. Okay, we're done here. I can't handle that name. I just can't do it. Let's see, a good highwayman name. Oh, I know. There we go. And if you, bonus points if you get that reference. Which, you know, probably a lot of people won't, because, well, it's dated. Like me. Alright, anyway, so there's that. What's in the wagon?
Trinkets and charms, gathered from all the forgotten corners of the earth.
Okie dokie then. Not cheap trinkets and charms either. But, go figure. The comet's crashed. Otherworldly treasure. Let's check that out. Okay, so I'm guessing, if I remember right, yeah, you can find these little shards, and for that you can get new gear. Okay, interesting. And, yes, last but not least.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Alright, so let's make our party. Let's get the Plague Doctor.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
And our Vestal, who's our healer.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Okay, yes, and here's where we go into the heirlooms. As you can see here, you can improve things if you spend so many of them. So, yes, first things first, let's get the barracks bigger.
More arrive, foolishly seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
This guy's such a charmer. And yeah, more heroes to show up at the time. That would be good too. Alright. Well, I think that's about it for right now, so let's move on. I'm getting there. Don't nag. Thank you. Yes, hush.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Alright, so as you can see here, there are several areas to explore. We're going to be starting in the ruins, because that's where the start adventure is. I mean, we could put people into the darkest dungeon, but it's not time yet, trust me. Judging by those reactions, that should give you a clue. Alright, but we need to fill out the party, so R2. And you in the back. Actually, hold on. You in the back. There we go. And yeah, depending on your party composition, there's different names for them. I don't think it has any given effect. Kind of just a cosmetic thing. Alright. Well, that's all I got, so we're good to go.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Yeah, okay, we get it. This is kind of a creepy, gloomy place. Alright, get some food. Torches. Torches are important. If you like to be able to see, and trust me, you'll want to do that. Shovels are handy. Let's see, so anti-venom. Right. Oh yeah, definitely need that. Bandages. Nice. Okay. Some keys in case you're running across locked things. Holy water. Nice. Right. All sorts of ways to buff out your characters, basically, or prevent bad things that happen. Alright, well, we just spent a lot of our money, but let's go inside, let's see what we got. Welcome to the first adventure. Mwahaha. Yeah, alright, let's move along. I will say I do like the artwork that's in the background. They really did a good job of setting up the mood and everything. Okay, proceeding in. People are stressing out already. What do we got here?
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Okay, mental note. Do not take the ancestor to parties. Ghost or not. Oh, see, it's getting darker too. Alright, what do we got here? Let's start with our boy. Bone Rabble. Alright. What skill should we use? Let's shoot the back one.
Back to the pit.
Good choice. Nauseous Blast. That looks good. I think it might be some poison going. Very good. Dazzling Light. Oh, good. That brightens things up a little bit, I think. Yes. Same with that. Oh, I only have one healing skill. This must change soon. But in the meantime, for some illumination. Right. Lay the hurt on him.
Another one falls.
Take that money.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Good grief. Simple congratulations would not suffice. Whatever. Okay, another shovel, busts, and crests. Okay, well, let's move on. Now, the important thing to note here to change this map, which occasionally you've got to do, is with the R2 button. Because because it'll zoom in and out on its own. It's kind of annoying. Moving along. Oh, aren't we
Even
glad
the
we have
cold
shovels?
stone seems bent on preventing passage.
And winner of color commentary of the year goes to... Oh, wait. Yeah. Cultist Acolyte. Yeah, you need to go. Yeah, I get that. Okay, thank you. Now, notice there at the bottom, those little white boxes, as they fill up, things get worse and worse. As for you, I'll tell you what, see if you can take that rabble out.
Be gone, fiend.
It was worth a shot. Ow.
Executed with impunity.
Right. You've got a ranged attack.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Okay, more busts, more money. Money is good. Always. And before we go in here, let's go ahead and make things a little brighter. Empty room. Oh well. But that's okay. Play it safe. Safe is sometimes the way to go. Another torch. Alright. Well, since we found another torch, there we go. Oh boy. Yeah, let's see what we can do with the big the cultist brawler. Oh, that's wrong selection of skill. That's more like it. Ow. Oh. Stop with the stressing us out. Quit that. Hence why I say this game is vicious. It only gets worse and worse. Okay, yeah, let's use that bandage. Better. Alright. Ah!
Death by inches.
Right. Shoot her again.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Alright, let's do some healing here.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
So far, so good. Now, normally I would be fidgeting and rearranging all the inventory, but I'm not going to do that right now because it really won't help, and it'll just drag this video out longer than it needs to be, which is already too long. Yeah, check it out. Ooh, more stuff.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
So colorful, but yes, we'll take both of those, thank you. Moving on. Ooh.
Cruel
Well.
machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
My plague doctor is looking like he's about to wig out. Yeah, and that's a technical term. Wig out. Alright, we need more light. That was not what I wanted to do. Oh well. Light. Light, I say. There. Maybe we'll see the next trap this time. Moving right along. The goal here is up in your top left corner. We're looking for 90% of the rooms. There's 10 rooms here, I think, or 1, 2, 8. Sorry, I can't count. But if we get through these next 2, we should have it. Ooh, backpack. Now, one thing you got to watch out for on that Crusader, he's got a flaw. Let me see if I can bring that up. Let's see. There we go. Kleptomaniac. This is why he was kicked out of whatever order he was kicked out from, because he steals things. Like, you'll find great treasure, but then it won't show up because he took it. Curse you. Time to eat. Everybody gets a little better. And if you don't have food, well, it gets bad. Alright, it's been quiet. Perhaps a little too quiet. Yeah. You listen to the ancestor, you start thinking this way. We need more light. Moving along. Good thing we had more than one shovel. Yeah, okay, let's get some. Let's do that. And since hopefully this might be the last room, I'll go ahead and use the other one. Here we go. Oh, nope, that's really not good. He was getting closer and closer to having a nervous breakdown. In fact, let's take you out. Or not. Plague grenade. Yes, your Venetian doctor there definitely knows his poison, which is a good thing. See, that might stun. That is shot. Ouch, quit it. Go for the soldier or the big guy. Let's go for the big guy. Oh, here we go. What's gonna happen? Oh, here's the fun part of the game.
Reeling, gasping, taken over the edge into madness.
Now he's gonna be saying all sorts of colorful things and stressing out the rest of the party if he isn't doing crazy stuff. Oh, for crying out loud.
A devastating blow.
Yeah, let's get you a little bit of there we go. So we got a ranged thing for 2 people. Try that.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
It was a graveyard slash. Oh, sorry. Had to. Yeah, you really don't want him to fill up the stress bar again. Trust me. Things get...
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
There we go.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
Oh. Yes, I know. I gotta heal him quick. He doesn't have his medication. Oh, that's not good. No. Best defense. All right.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Really? Really? You won't let me heal you. fine. You get shot again. It's not going to make me happy. Okay, you can take it. Really? Okay, that was useful at least. Shoot him, will you?
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
The blood. Oh, this comes from the Crimson Court DLC. This will be, it's handy to have, but, alright, so, need to start making some room here, since this is the last room. So, out with the torch. Yes. Out with the shovel. Yes. Give me that painting. Give me that blood. Not just yet. Okay, what's in the chest? Nothing but pain. Okay, let's go home. Well, nobody died. It was a good week. The plague doctor's looking a little twitchy, so we're gonna have to take care of that. But everybody's, you know, a little stronger. That's good. More resolved.
I remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
Speaking of the tavern,
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
trust me, the tavern and the abbey, two of your best friends in this game. Especially if you want people to not be constantly insane. And I don't. Alright, let's get you nice and liquored up. Yes. Before I do something with the Vestal there, let's see who we got on the stagecoach. 2 Hound Masters and a Hellion. Well, I'll take one of each. Yeah, I'm weird. I've arranged
Barbaric
them
rage
alphabetically
and unrelenting
by class.
savagery make for a powerful ally. A lawman and his faithful beast. A bond forged by battle and bloodshed.
Okay, well, gotta make next week a little interesting, but I think I do need to put my Vestal into someplace therapeutic, shall we say.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The abbey calls to the faithful.
Tell you what, go ahead and meditate a little bit. Now, certain of the negative quirks will tell you that there's certain things you can't do. There's even more fun ones that tell you that you can only do one thing, and that's really fun. As you develop the abbey and the tavern, you can open up more rooms, so you can have more spaces for people, which is good, but because everybody starts getting a little, you know, odd about where they want to go. Speaking of which, let's talk making this a little bit better. The cloister there. In fact, let's go back to the inn and do the tavern. Do the same thing.
With enough ale, maybe they can be inured against the horrors below.
Yes, yes. Aren't you just a charmer? Alright, well, there we go. Our first week in Darkest Kingsport. Future videos are going to go a little bit longer, but you've kind of gotten the flow and the idea of how this game works. And it just gets harder and worse and meaner as you go along. Yeah, I gotta do something with those too. I'll tell you what, we'll work on that next time. But this is where I'm going to call it, so have a great day, folks, and I will talk with you later.